Oh shit. Oh hi everybody. How's it going? How y'all doing? It's Bike Club, it's Wednesday, and this is another one of our legendary intros. Da-da. As you may notice, we have no Stu with us today. He is currently on his way home from Boston. So things will return to normal for Kurian and Bike Club as of next week. You may have gathered from the title, this is not ye averagey Bike Club session. This will be a one-shot, and this is a pretty cool one-shot if I say so myself. We have our regular cast and crew. Oh.
Much enthusiastic, he tries to remember our names.
They're on the screen.
Who are these people? There we go, Merol, Rahal, and Kerchak, played by Marissa, Lydia, and Jamie, respectively. Is there anything we want to plug before we get into...
False Games, D&D Edinburgh. Look at my Twitter, it's all there. I've said it 15 times before. It's still happening every month until September.
I guess I have that Mysticon book coming out sometime soon, and that's linked on my Twitter. And then everything else is just held up waiting for announcements. So,
all right. Okay then. So, the usual stuff from me. Kurian Mondays will be returning back to normal this Monday, where we will... Like, damn, it's been so long I've forgotten what we were doing.
So last time was Jamie doing the bard thing.
That's correct. We do. We have a brand new bard in black. And
Which
Gunn
you
hasn't...
guys don't know what that means, but it means something.
Yeah, and Gunn hasn't given him Tristan enough shit about it yet, so, you know, there's lots to be done. So that'll return back to normal on Monday, 8 PM BST. And Bike Club should go back to normal as well, where we will find out just what it is that Casimir wants to tell the party. And find out what's going on with Meryl's baby.
I miss him.
Did I miss something? Oh, the thing. Never mind.
Thing.
The thing.
The clockwork abomination.
Oh, I live in denial. I'm happy there. So.
Why? It's full of crocodiles. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna leave.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Where's the whiskey?
Oh, okay, so before this gets any worse, and I destroy any more friendships, let's get into it. So, it is another night in Barovia. You settle yourselves down for your evening's rest and sleep. You awake in the forest, as you've done before. And suddenly, a strangled cry is cut off suddenly from nearby, as figures become visible in the distant fog. An elderly man is slumped against his cart, frantically beating at a pack of two-headed dogs. They bark and whine as they snap at him with slavering maws. What do you do?
Can I whistle really loud?
You certainly can. Okay, so Merol, you put your fingers in your mouth and you whistle, and it's the loudest, like, most sheepdogginest whistle, like, it pierces the air. One of the dogs turns both heads to look up at you and growls. I need everybody to roll initiative. And I need to open the book. Come on, come on, come on. I marked it. I marked the page. Come on.
Oh, there it is.
God damn it. There we go. Right.
That's a lot of dice.
One for each dog head, I imagine. They go on separate turns.
I wouldn't put it past her.
Hey.
Hey.
Ooh. Okay, 25 to 20. Okay, 20 to 15. Guys! 15 to 10?
11.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
10.
Kerchak?
8.
Okay.
Not playing a Dex character anymore right now. It's fun.
Okay, so, you watch, Merol, as the dog that raised its head and growled at you sets off sprinting towards you, and before you know it, it's upon you, and it's gonna make 2 attacks and try to bite you.
It doesn't trip on anything on the way over?
No, because it's very good at what it does. But I rolled like shit, so they both miss. You step back as 2 fierce, demonic-looking dog heads sprout forth and bite at you like inches from your face. You get coated in saliva as at which its packmate runs over and attempts to do the same thing.
Okay.
One attack would hit. So, I assume anyway, because it was like 17.
Yeah.
Okay, so... You take 7 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Natural 20.
Hey, okay, so you feel the maw of this dog bite down upon your arm as you raise it up to defend yourself, and as its teeth punctuate, you feel the pulse of a poisonous energy within your system, but you repel it. The dog lets go of your arm. Okay. You see another dog in the distance bite at the elderly man's leg and start ripping at it. Merol, you're up. You have 2 dogs right in front of you, one of which has just taken a chunk out of your arm.
Is my drawing my stuff a free action?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll draw my scythe and my short sword.
Yep.
And then are they aberrations?
They are not.
Okay. Then I guess I will strike at one of the dogs.
Okay.
And then I get 3 actions, right? Because I'm dual wielding. 2 with the same sword and then a second one.
Wait. Yes, because you're a ranger, you get multi-attack, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, yep.
Make sure I understand it right. Okay, so I'm gonna do twice with the short sword and once with the scythe.
Okie doke.
So short sword. That was a natural 1.
Ooh. First attack, whew, just misses. Gives it a little haircut.
Okay. And then that is 4, 15.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And then that does 3 damage. I'm really playing good today. And then with the scythe, that is also 15.
Yep. That hits.
And that does 6 damage.
Nice. Okay, so the dog that just bit upon your arm, you slice across with your short sword and miss, but you use that momentum to go back with the back arm and catch the other, and then follow through again with the other arm with your scythe and deal a good blow to that doggo. Rahal, you've watched as Merol has just been like pounced upon, but you know she's fighting back. There's 2 dogs right in front of her. There's 2 more by the elderly gentleman. What do you do?
Are the 2 dogs next to each other to a point where I can moonbeam them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I will moonbeam them to not get the guy, but to get the 2 dogs at 3rd level.
Yeah, okay.
So that's a con save for
Those 2 puppies.
16.
Oh, one spectacularly fails, the other succeeds.
That's 23 damage max. So 11 for the one.
Okay.
that And I will bonus action into a polar bear.
Oh shit! Okay, so you reach forth and you summon down a moonbeam upon the 2 beasts that are harrying the man. One of which takes a grievous wound and it yelps as part of its body just gets singed away. It's still standing. The other gets a burn and yelps, but it's not as intense. You then roar as you transform into a polar bear. The dog that got the lesser of the bite of the moonbeam is going to start its turn in there, so it will have to do the save again, right? Oh, natural 1.
Oh, I'm not kidding. I rolled the same damage, like even the same numbers for all 3 d10s.
Holy shit.
23 again.
23,
An
okay.
8 and a 5.
Okay. It is looking incredibly rough. It's limping and attempts to basically just runs away. It flees. That puppy is... Okay, Kerchak, you watch as ahead of you, Merol has been harried by 2 devil dogs. Rahal has just turned into a polar bear, and in front of you, an old man is having his leg ripped apart by 1 dog while another is fleeing.
I'll leave the one that's fleeing, because if he wants to bugger off, he can bugger off. I'll move up. Will I be able to get to the old man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go up and I'll try and get that one off of him.
Okay.
So, great axe. It's going to be 14 to hit.
Yes, it hits.
Cool. It's 12 points of damage on that one.
12, nice. Okay.
And I've got another attack.
Okay, it's still standing. It looks incredibly weak right now, and it's missing a leg, but it's still standing.
Okay, yeah, I'll just go for it again.
All right.
Better. That's going to be 20, not natural to hit.
Yeah.
For not as good. 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay, so Kerchak, you race forth, and as you do, you use the momentum of your run to bring down your axe upon this dog, and its legs are splayed out as it's trying to pull this man. Using this, you bring your axe down and just cleave one of its legs straight off. As you do, you bring your axe back around and just go whack and separate its head from its body. That doggo is gone. Well, its heads, plural. Okay, so at that, the dog is going to resume its attack upon Merol with its 2 heads. Come on! Does 11 hit?
No.
Does 15 hit?
My AC is 15.
It has to match or beat, so yes, it hits. You take 8 points of piercing damage. And again, you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 1.
Oh no. Okay, so this time you feel the poison coursing through your veins. Your maximum hit points are reduced by 10. Okay, the second dog is somewhat wounded, but is going to turn its attention to Rahal. So Rahal, you watch it as a 2-headed beast comes chasing towards you. It looks a lot more full of a life than the others, which are somewhat wounded. That's a natural 1 and a 5, so they don't hit.
I only get 12 as a polar bear, but yeah.
So it runs towards you, and as you stand up and make yourself large and imposing, it kind of backs out at the last second. Merol, one dog is on your arm. It's biting you.
I'm gonna. Which is it on my left arm or my right arm?
Your left.
Okay, so if it's on my left, then I hit with my right, and that is which weapon is that? That's the short sword.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna hit it twice with a short sword.
Mm-hmm.
That was lucky. That was not lucky. That won't hit. And 14.
14 hits.
Okay. Then 8 damage.
8 damage, nice. Okay, so you use the hilt of your short sword to just whack it in the head, enough for it releases your arm and step back, and you do a good bit of damage to the puppy. Rahal.
I'm gonna attack.
Get it.
So one of that backed away from me, and I have a multi-attack. So
Nice.
That is the 17 plus 7 is 24.
Yep.
The other one's only an 8, so only the bite hits.
What's your modifier?
Plus 7,
Oh yeah, if you rolled an 8,
But
that
it's-
hits.
even with a natural 1.
Oh, no, natural 1, no, sorry. I thought you meant 8 was the dice roll. Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
No. And that is a 9 piercing damage.
9 piercing damage, okay. So you use the creature's fear in a moment of opening. It gives you, as it backs away, to claw at it, give it a good smack. Kerchak, you have just chopped this little poor puppy up into pieces.
I beheaded a puppy
You did.
twice in one swing. Slightly impressed, but you know. Who's worse off at the minute? I imagine the old man is now. There's nothing else around him, is there?
No, from what you can see at the minute, the old man is clear. There's nothing else currently around him. You can see Merol with an arm dripping with blood and a frenzied 2-headed dog in front of her, and Rahal has just given one of the other dogs a good slap.
In that case, I'll go over to the dog that's aggressing Merol. And is it actually still latched on, or is it just
No,
sort
it's
of
off now. It's in
within-
melee range, but it's not.
Right. Yeah, in which case, I'll just come up behind it and just give it a couple of good old swings. It's going to be a natural 19.
Ooh,
So
yes.
assuming the hit. That's going to be 15 points of slashing damage on that one.
Damn!
D12s like me. They are my friend.
Okay, yeah. Again, it's still standing.
Second hit.
Looks very rough though.
It's going to be 17 to hit.
17 hits, yeah.
Second swing is it's going to be 16 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, okay, yeah. This time you're like, I took the heads off last time, I'm going to split it in 2 this time. You just poof, right down the middle of its 2 heads, and it peels like a banana.
Nice.
Okay. So, the dog that's harrying you, Rahal, is going to attempt to bite you. It didn't like being batted around the face.
That's fine. Nobody does.
That's going to be a 23 and a 22 to hit. So you take in total 10 points of piercing damage. And because you've been bitten twice, I need you to make 2 constitution saving throws.
That's a natural 20 on one.
Mm.
And the other one, I actually have to look up the polar bear for con. Rolled a 10 plus 3, 13.
Okie dokie. You feel like something bitter and acidic try to eat away at you, but you repulse it. You are fine besides being bitten by a very angry dog. Merol, the dog that was harrying you has been sliced in two by Kerchak. Behind you, Rahal is facing off with another one of these dogs.
Yep. I'll dash over and dash uses one action. Yeah.
You don't need to dash. You can just make it there, just with normal movement.
Okay. I will go over there and hit it twice with the short sword and one with the scythe.
Nice.
See what happens. 6 plus proficiency. Wait, 11? Does 11 hit?
11 doesn't hit, unfortunately.
Okay. 17 surely hits though.
Yup.
Okay. That's 6 points of damage with the short sword.
Nice, nice.
And then 21, I assume, hits.
Mm-hmm.
And that is 3 points of damage with the scythe.
Nice. Okay, so you let loose a flurry of blows and you like take little chunks out of its hindquarters. It's still focused on Merol, on Rahal, because she's like the biggest, scariest thing there right now. Like a very terrifying visage of a massive polar bear. Which is actually kind of terrifying for you, Merol, because you've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
Rahal.
Attack it again.
Get it.
First with a bite. That's another natural 20. I do like that die.
Dang, girl.
That's I'm fighting with. 7 is 12. Plus 5 is 17 piercing.
Damn.
Chomp, chomp.
Chomp, chomp, indeed.
And the claw hits as well, I think, with 16 plus 7, 23.
Yep.
And that is 14 damage.
Ooh, okay, so you, as a polar bear, you roar in its face and you clamp down on its neck and you squeeze tightly. You hear the other head yelping, so you like turn it onto its side and push down with the other claw and rip up and just snap its spine, and it falls limp at the ground. From what you can see right now, you've defeated the threat. The old man lies by his cart, bleeding heavily and coughing, moaning in agony.
I come out of polar bear form and run over to heal.
Okay. So you see him on the ground, and you see he's an older man. And he's well worn and weathered, like a very hard life, as most people in Barovia. He's obviously lived a very difficult life. His face is very worn with like deep wrinkles, and he's wearing like peasant garb. As you run over, his eyes kind of like regard you, but they're not focusing properly. Come.
I'm kneeling down to him. Are you alright? Can you hear me?
He says to you, he goes, please take me home.
Okay. I give him a cure wounds.
Okay.
Oh, while Rahal's doing that, I'd like to inspect the remains of the dogs.
Alright, what are you looking for?
Just try to familiarize myself with them, see if there's any sort of weird... Because two-headed dogs aren't the norm, so just try to see what sort of trouble we might be in with them.
Okay, so you look over the bodies of these dogs, and you see that like calling them dogs is perhaps a misnomer. They have sort of canine bodies, but they have like a wolf's tail, and their heads are sort of dog-like. They're kind of like hyena-y, wolfy hybrids. They're not exactly dogs. And they have like great manes running down each of the heads. You can tell that these things are not exactly natural. You're not entirely sure how these things come into being or where these things even came from. But your best guess is this is some Barovia fuckery. This is something
Right.
dark.
Fair enough.
Can I skin one?
If
Or
you would
two?
like, yes, please roll me a survival check if you would like to skin one of these two-headed dogs.
Okie dokie. I don't know. Why am I so bad at survival? What's a 6?
It's a 6. I mean, you and your companions in fighting these creatures made a bit of a mess of all of them, but you do manage to get like a sizable piece of dog leather, dog hide to be leather.
I'm gonna make a pouch later.
Rahal, as you reach down to cast a cure wounds on the gentleman, you feel it leave your hand, but it's not entering him.
Where do you live? Where are you? Where are you from?
Let me hear the song of Tarina one last time. The village of Arakos. It's up the road.
Okay, well, but we can take you there. But right, we can take him there.
Whatever.
Yeah, sure, I suppose.
I'm not doing anything.
Do you know about these? Do you know someone who can heal you? Normally it should work, but these creatures, what are they?
I don't know. Just beasts sprung on me from the forest. This Falich wasn't dangerous, but I didn't know.
You said he has a cart.
Yes.
Is he one he's drawing, or is there a horse?
There's a horse on it. It's a scabby looking thing, but it's a horse.
Merol, can you, please do something with the horse if I get close.
Actually, you would have been fairly close with the wagon. You notice it hasn't reacted to you.
I walk over to the horse and try and touch it.
It doesn't recoil from your touch.
This is another one of these. I mean, how did we get here? What is
Not a
happening?
Again, not a clue.
I feed the horse because I can.
And you could tell that this thing is probably quite hungry, and it just gobbles it down. It's kind of thin looking.
Okay, then let's try and go where he wants to go.
Okay. So you take some time to load him into the back of the cart, hop in, and make your way down to Arakos. As you do, the rest of your journey is unimpeded. It doesn't take you too long. And it's bizarre. It feels like you set out and then you arrive. Almost as if no time at all passed in your journey. As you approach towards Arakos, you see it. It's nestled on the shore of Lake Zarovich. It's little more than a handful of homes and a fishing pier with an inn. It could be any of like dozens of small settlements within Barovia itself. You actually, as well, you see just outside of the town, there's a ring of very colourful wagons. And as you approach, you hear the sound of revelry, and you see their fire. And as you approach closer, a couple of Vistani walk past, and they're carrying like food and drink, and they bid you to welcome to join them at the camp.
I look at the man. Is this where you wanted to go, or into the town?
He's unconscious at this point.
Oh, okay. Then just politely say hello to the Vistani. We have an injured man. Found him in the forest. As much as we would like to join you, I think he needs help.
And you see one Vistana, a young man, stood at the edge of the camp, with a sword clearly in view, with his arms crossed. He says, we have healers. We can look after him.
Can I insight check him? Because is it normal that they are quite so friendly?
You can certainly insight check.
Rolled a 19. This is a good game today. 27.
27, dang, yeah. This guy's being completely truthful. They are being very welcoming, and they do in fact have healers that would be able to help.
Okay, I'll go with. I say thank you. I tried my best, but I don't know. I don't think it's taken much effect.
Yeah. All right, we can see. Bring him in. And so they lead you through to an area that's not within the main sort of circle. It's kind of off to the side a bit. And it's like an old knackered looking Vardo wagon. And a kind of looking old man kind of pokes his head out and he's like, oh. And then they get a couple of young Vistani to bring him into the wagon. And the guy says, he pops down and goes, I'll take care of him. You go have a drink. It will be some time. He needs a lot.
I'm okay with the drink idea.
I'm already on my way to the place to drink. So I guess these are the friends of our other friends, maybe. And not so
maybe.
much the friends of the ones who aren't our friends.
Eloquently put.
I'll be right.
And sure as anything, you are welcomed into like the main ring, and you see that there is tons of food out currently. Wine is flowing. There's even ale. There's a fire going. There's a Vistani storyteller like you saw in Madame Ava's camp. There's children about, but not so much because it's quite late. And just the people having a good time and relaxing, and they are incredibly welcoming. You are given as much food as you want, as much drink as you want.
Can I ask the guy who welcomed us, where are we exactly?
You're in, well, this is Arcos. Well, just outside of Arcos. We're not allowed in the town, but...
Have I heard of Arcos while in Barovia?
You haven't, but you do know that in Barovia there's tons of like small settlements that aren't worthy of being on maps or anything. They're just like hamlets.
Of course, yeah.
He says, Valaki is across the lake. We are the other side of Valaki.
Okay, we've been there at least.
So, what were you doing in the forest so late at night, bringing wounded old men?
Well, first of all, we were saving the wounded old man.
How philanthropic.
I don't know. What do you last remember, Kerchak?
I had a really weird dream. That was resolved. But now this time round I just woke up. I don't really remember much beyond that.
Same. I really don't know how we got here.
Well, at least, unlike my dream, I actually have my stuff with me. It was a really weird dream.
Did you get here through the mists?
Well, yes, it's been a while now, but we're not originally from Barovia.
Yeah, no.
I
We're from
could tell.
further afield.
The accents, I could tell.
Yeah.
How would you like to go home?
Oh, that would be lovely.
You've heard we Vistani can travel the mist, yes?
Yeah. But we know it's Donnie.
No. But we Vistani know the secrets of the mist, and we have bottled it.
Of course.
For a small fee, I can give you a potion that will let you go home.
Oh yeah, I know that sort of spiel. My druid clan, we've bottled. I think, what do they call it? Tiger's vigor, sold to very old, very weak men. It was basically raspberry juice, but I respect the hustle.
You're too smart for me, but thank you. I appreciate it. So, do you want to stay here for the night? Let's save you from, well, whatever's in the woods.
Well, I think us staying here probably saves whatever's in the woods from us. But fair enough.
You're a funny man.
The old man did talk about a song.
A
He
song?
wanted to hear someone's song for the last time.
He must be talking about Talina.
Yeah, I think that was the name you mentioned. Who's
Tarina,
Talina?
even. Oh,
Tarina.
it's an R, not an L. Good job, Susie. She is a stranger. Showed up out of nowhere, started singing in the tavern. Everyone loves her.
Must have a really nice voice then.
I've not heard it myself, but I've heard she's good.
Well, apparently good enough for this man to want to see it when he thinks he might be on his deathbed. Well, it's not see a song, you hear a song, but yeah.
Well, you
what I
know, old men and pretty young women, it's kind of creepy.
mean.
It is, trust me. I had to sell that tiger's vigor to a few of them.
Ooh. I don't envy you then. And just as you're sitting around chatting with this guy, you see just beyond him a young Vistana woman pokes her head outside of Avado, and she looks at you guys, and she sort of smiles. It's like she starts beaming, and she starts walking towards you, and she's dressed in a very similar fashion to Madame Ava. She's not as regal as Madame Ava was dressed. She's not in as much like gold embroidery and stuff, but she's wearing like this. She's wearing a lot of rings upon her fingers, and she's got this like great grand red shawl. But she's much younger than Madame Ava was. And she steps forward to you and she goes, "I'm Viola. I feel the fates calling for you. You must let me read your fortunes."
I mean, the fate's been calling a lot lately. It's honestly hard to understand their voices at this point.
It does that.
I missed out on all the fun last time, so I'll take a reading.
Goody. Okay, follow me. And she leads you into her Vado. And you see that, like, this is decked out in, like, such a stereotypical manner that you assume it must be done on purpose. There's, like, beaded curtains. Everything's covered in, like, gold and embroidery. There's, like, mounds of pillows. There's a big, huge glass orb on a little table in the middle, and it's just like this whole place like stinks of incense. And you're like, as you walk in, you're like, oh, this is a tourist trap. This cannot be, like, no one lives like this. This is just ridiculous. But nevertheless, she welcomes you in, and she takes a seat behind the great globe, and she sort of shifts it to one side. She goes, please sit down.
I flop down on all the pillows.
And she pulls out a stack of cards. They are very well worn, still beautiful, very ornately done, but just heavily used. And she shuffles them, for quite some time. And as she does, she kind of looks at you and smiles. And you can see she's kind of sizing you up as she does so, as she's shuffling. And before long, she lays out 3 cards on the table. Who went in? Was it just Merol? Or did you guys go in?
I want to see Meryl's fate.
Okay.
I didn't know you were interested.
Well, you don't know much about me, do you?
Yeah, I'm not too interested in the fortunes this time around, so I'm going to see if this camp is like the first camp, and
You find
see
some
what-
teenagers to bench press.
Pretty much, yeah. Just mess with, the younger crowd. Just have a laugh, talk about with them.
Yeah, sure. So you do. Before long, you find like a small group, just huddled around, like doing like stereotypical teenagery stuff.
I challenge whichever one looks to be the ringleader to an arm wrestle.
Yeah, okay. You set up an arm wrestling competition. We will cut back to you in a second, my dude.
Can I get Chester's fortune read too?
Sure.
Okay, thanks.
She. How am I even gonna think of a fortune for a bird?
Okay, just do mine first and think about Chester's in the background.
Okay,
The
so
early bird gets
she-
the worm.
Vultures don't eat worms.
she sets
The
out
early
3
bird gets the
cards
carcass.
on the table in front of you. She gestures to the one on the left, and she says, "This is your card. This card represents love and passion. It is the card of the forgotten lover. It reveals the future when the past is brought to light. Please." And she gestures for you to turn it over.
Well, I've forgotten a lot of lovers, so I'll turn it over.
As you do, you see the image, and it's a skeletal horseman riding across like a barren field. And as this card turns over, her brow furrows and she looks kind of worried. She says, "The land cannot suffer it. Death hunts with the light of knowledge." The middle card, if you would.
Oh, that sounds bad for your love life.
I will flip it over. If you stop turning me down, I would get a different fortune.
I was just cackling in the background.
You flip the second card. She says, "This card reveals what the land wishes of you. Heed its message." And as you turn it over, you see this is an image of a silhouetted marionette in an unnatural position.
It's my baby!
What have I done?
Did that come with us as well, by the way?
No, Piddlewick is not with you right now.
Wipe a tear from my eye because I miss Piddlewink.
And you see now she brings a hand to her face and she kind of rubs it across her chin. "Mist and fog shroud you. You go unseen.
I am a woman of mystery.
Please, the third card, if you would."
I'll flip it over.
Okay, she says, "This is a card of a power from outside. Within it, the ability to reshape Barovia itself." And as you flip it over, you see an imposing figure, like shrouded in fog, save for 2 burning eyes glaring out. And she kind of looks at you with a very, like, sad, sorrowful expression. She says, "As a gnat before a man, so is this power to the land. Soon you shall be forgotten."
Well, we all gotta die sometime. Is there anything I can do to help people out before I go, though?
That I haven't seen. Maybe there is. There are things kept from me by the sight.
Well, thanks for your time. Maybe we can get something better for my pal here, and I whistle for Chester.
Okay. So, at the entrance to the Vado is a grand vulture. It waddles in, and she's kind of like, don't. And she looks at Chester and she goes, "Don't shit on my pillows." And you see, like, her accent slips. She's been speaking in this, like, woo voice, and then she goes back to, like, a really strong Vistani accent. And she says, she kind of, like, half-heartedly shuffles and goes, "Oh, great loss, great love. Oh, destiny awaits."
I point to the card for Chester to flip over. The first one on the left.
He flips it over, and it says, "Flowers bloom in the light of knowledge."
And I point to him to flip over the second one.
He flips over the second one. It says, she says, there's an image of like a chalice, and she says, "As a candle in the wind, so is the fleeting moment you shall have. In that moment, don't hesitate, act." And she's like putting on this big drama for a fucking bird.
And I point for him to flip over the last card.
He flips over the last card, and hang on, give me a sec. Let me find a good one. She says, "This is the card of victory. The land's success is yours as well."
Well, Chester, you got a lot of platitudes. But thank her for her time. And Chester does a little bow.
Okay, she gives like a little bow back to Chester. Well, this was interesting, to say the least. I can't say I've ever read a fortune of a bird before, so thank you, I guess.
Well, it never hurts to be never hurts to contact the natural world.
Well,
doesn't sound like he's gonna end up in a soup, so that's good. Aren't you glad I came with you?
From just outside the wagon, you hear like a bit of commotion. You hear raised voices and murmuring, and you spot just outside one of the windows. You spot a large Vistani man dressed entirely in black, huddled closely with 4 other Vistani. A raven lands on his shoulder and leans into his ear. After a moment, it leaps into the air and flies off into the darkness. The man seems to notice you and stares at you.
I can't imagine why anyone would notice the 3 of us. I can't think of anything that is outstanding about a bunch of goofballs like this.
You're the only one here with a silver nose, love.
I'm just gonna ignore him for now. I'm gonna take a nap on those pillows.
You get really comfy and like you feel your eyes starting to shut. At which Viola goes, "My Vado is not your sleeping quarters. I appreciate you stopping by for the fortune, but leave."
Can you tell me where the sleeping quarters is?
In the main area, in the middle, somewhere. That's not really my concern. Have a good night. And then she's kind of like pushing you out the door.
All right. I'm gonna go find a new place to lay down.
All right. Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're here? Oh, Kerchak! Sorry, I forgot. We are having an arm wrestling competition.
We are.
I would like you to roll a athletics check, please.
Oh, this is gonna be great. So that's 17 on the dice with a +8. So that's gonna be 25.
Okay, so you find a barrel. You find the ringleader of the Vistani youths, and you see him kind of posturing, and you walk up, and you're like, "Hey, arm wrestling competition?" And he's like, "Yeah." So
Yeah.
you set up, both of you, both flexing as you put your arms on top of the barrel. You clench hands like Sylvester Stallone in Over the Top, and you start, and you can feel him pushing so hard, but you manage to get some leeway. Roll again.
22.
22, okay. You're pushing him even further back, and you see at this point his brow is sweating, and he's like gritting his teeth, and he's like, "Argh!" Again.
It's 20, not natural.
He's pushing back. He's regained a bit of ground, and you see even now, like, there's a vein popping in the side of his head again.
I just said to him, "You want to use 2 hands?" 23.
As you said, you want to use 2 hands. You see his concentration break. He goes, what? Ugh! it pushes him back. Roll again.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay, and you see him now. He's gripping the other side of the barrel with his other arm, and he is fighting. He's like tensed on all points. He's visibly sweating at this point. And as you, without even like breaking a sweat, you just go whack and slam his arm back onto the barrel. And you see him go like, ah.
I'd like to think before I do, whatever drink I had, I just like sort of hold him there and just, like, down it and then slam him.
Whack. And you see him like, he's lost all sort of like composure that he had, and he's like, ah, what are you?
I just pat him on the arm.
And you
I'm
see his mates
spectacular.
all stood around him going like, hey, woo, dickhead. You know, the usual teenage
Yeah.
boys speak. I don't know how teenage boys speak to each other.
Exactly like that.
Yeah, all right. I assumed it's like that.
Yeah, exactly. Spot on.
Okay. Would you like to... There's another young man that steps up and he thinks he's like the yard. He's giving it the next stretch.
All right then. Yeah, I'm open to all challenges. But I don't care. They can go righty or lefty. I don't care.
He puts his left hand on the barrel.
Okay, I put my left out as well.
All right. Okay. Roll a d20 for me. Add your athletics.
19.
19. Okay. You push. And you push with as hard as you're pushing the other guy, but you are not making any headway with this guy. And he's kind of like got a shit-eating grin on his face.
I'm returning the grin.
Okay, again.
It's gonna be 22.
22. Okay. But it falters as you push back and his arm goes back a little. Roll again.
Same again. 22.
Okay. He manages to hold you here just for the time being, and he's now like gripping onto you, like his knuckles have gone white. And you see him like again.
Can I do a perception check as well around to see what the others are acting like?
Yeah,
with
yeah.
This guy. Perception. That's what I was doing. No, 16.
16. Okay, you can see that there's a great deal of interest currently happening now. Now that you've made a spectacle of the first guy, they're all kind of like stood watching, and there's like money being exchanged off to one side, but they're not like cheering or jeering or anything. They're all kind of watching with this like intense interest.
And the first guy was sort of the ringleader, so now this guy's vying for his position.
Yes.
Basically, is what I'm getting.
Basically, yes. Yeah.
That's going to influence certain things. But the strength check on that was an unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. This time he pushes you back to the midpoint. And you see him go, come on! Again.
Yep. That's 19. So that's with the plus 8 going to be 27.
Okay, he got cocky. He got ahead of himself, and he loses a lot of ground as you pull his arm back. Not quite all the way down. He's keeping it up.
Uh, 26.
26. Okay, he's so close to being defeated. His arm is like a few centimeters up off the barrel, but he's like again.
And at this point, I'd actually like to let him gain ground
Okay.
and bring us to about the middle.
Okay, so sure, you like loosen up a bit, and he like pushes you back up to the midway point. And he kind of looks at you and quirks an eyebrow as he does.
And just when I see that, it's just, I am a righty.
All right.
It's gonna be a 18.
Okay, he manages to push you back a little bit. He's gained some ground on you. You're the one going backwards.
On this one,
Yeah.
I let him slam me.
All right.
But-
Okay.
I actually take it back myself to make it look more dramatic as well.
Okay. So you see him putting in so much force into this. Like, all the veins in his arms are going insane. His bicep is massive and he's like pulsing. And you just sort of like go, whoop, you know, you take your arm backwards as he goes, whack, and as you do, he stands up and he goes, yes! And like, everyone's like, woo! Woo, 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 woo! And the one guy that was defeated is kind of like, fucking just skulks off somewhere. Meanwhile, oh, gone.
To the guy that just beat me, I offer out my right hand for a handshake,
Yeah.
but squeeze really hard.
And he's like,
So he knows.
yeah.
So he knows.
And as you squeeze, his eyes go, and he's like, good match. And he's trying
Well
not to be like,
played. Well played. I'll let him go.
and he like styles it out. He's like,
Yeah.
to all his friends, and he's like, as he walks back, you know. Okay, so at this point, Merol and Rahal, you come out to watch Kerchak get defeated in an arm wrestling competition by a young boy.
Can I insight check to see if he lost on purpose?
Yeah, for sure.
That's a 22.
22.
Would I have to roll anything against that? I'm trying to hide.
Deception, I guess, then?
It's not going to be very good. I just wondered if I'd need to. It's 11, so yeah. Nah, you no.
I watch the subsequent celebration and Kerchak squeeze, and I just give him a wink.
I know.
You get the nod.
All right. Okay, so is there anything else you want to do in this Vistani camp before nightfall? I mean, you are next to the town.
Can I get some healing?
I mean, I can't heal, so
If you go to the gentleman who's looking after the old man, he is currently swearing and shouting a lot as he's ordering people to go get him fresh water and bandages and stuff. He's occupied.
Fine. I'll just die.
Are you going to be weird when I
Yes.
feeling?
Of course that would be weird. It's the only way I can be.
Fine. I do the thing with one finger on the forehead. I give her a cure wounds.
Okay.
Look,
Would be.
I think you were the one weird in that situation.
Actually got a max, like I rolled an 8.
You do love me.
Fuck's sake.
The dice
And
always betray you one way
And
or
like,
another.
I hold her at arm's length as well with that. Just stay there. Just come on. Yeah. Okay. There.
All right. So, Merol, you feel newly rejuvenated by Rahal's healing energies. Not so much the warm way in which it was delivered.
That adds 8 health points.
No. 13 plus 5, I think.
Ooh, 13. Okay. Well, I can only go up to 60, so it is good.
You still have the dogs.
Yeah, so you've still got minus 10 off your hit point maximum,
Yes.
but you can heal up to where that minus 10 took it off.
Got it.
All right, so what are you guys doing? What are you doing?
Finding fluffy pillows.
Should we stay here or tell someone from the city where the man is?
well, I mean, we could do both. We could stay here, but try and find someone, tell them that this has happened and that he's here.
Can I ask someone if I don't know who's next to us? The healer's probably busy, right?
Yeah, he's very much engaged right now.
So I'm going back to the man who welcomed us first.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about these two-headed dogs? Is that a... Not much, it seems.
Two-headed dogs. Have you been
Two-headed-
on the wine?
No. There were literally two-headed dogs attacking him.
Ugh. I didn't know they were here. I didn't know they existed. I mean,
As
you
far as-
hear all sorts of outlandish tales about terrible monsters, dragons, and big scary giants, but ooh, two-headed dogs is creepier somehow.
It's alright. You only have to worry about one. One run away, but we killed the others.
What do you mean one ran away?
It ceased to be in our general vicinity.
Did it run this way?
Did it run that way?
No, it didn't.
No,
No.
far away from you.
Okay, not my problem. Good.
We could try and track it.
It was very wounded, and it seemed like it was a pack hunter. It lost its pack. It's probably not going to last long.
Ugh, it'll probably die then.
2 mouths to feed. Probably arguments.
Are you and the people from the village are getting along well? You seem, I mean, no offense, but you seem a bit friendlier than many camps we've encountered on our journey.
Yeah, well, you know, we keep good relations where we can. It's kind of hard to set up camp if the villagers run you out of town every 5 minutes. They're more preoccupied with that new singer anyway.
I was about to ask, and what do you know about Tarina? Who is she?
I know nothing about her. I have not been to one of her performances, but apparently she draws the entire town. They all go to hear her sing.
She's not Vistani, is she?
Nope,
Human?
I assume so.
How late is it at this point?
It's like 8, 9 p.m. It's not that late.
You could rest up here and then go into town tomorrow.
That's what I was thinking. Either that or someone nip into town, see if anyone knows who this guy is. Because if
She's
he's got
got-
family, they'd be worried.
At this point,
Was
the young
it-
man says to you, he goes, "Oh, if you are curious about Tarina, she'll be singing about now."
Well, there we go. We can always find out firsthand.
I can.
Are you two gonna ditch me to go listen to that singer?
I mean, it's an open invite.
I'm asleep though.
Pick her up, take her with you.
Just pick her up, but like, take a pillow. So, like, she can at least rest on the way.
Yeah? If you want to do that, I'll accept that.
I'm okay with doing that as well. Fuck it.
Okay.
It seems funny.
Yeah, right.
A blanket as well.
So Rahal, you watch as Kerchak scoops up Merol, puts a pillow under her head, covers her with a blanket, and just carries her out like horizontal.
Well, at first, it's like lay the blanket out and make a Merrill burrito.
Okay, yeah, that works.
So even if she does wake up and wriggle around, like, it's fine. I won't drop her as easily.
So
Do you
in
want to tie the
essence,
pillow to my head?
you have
Yes.
swaddled the party's ranger and
Yeah.
carrying her around like a baby.
You're
It's safer that
entirely-
way.
You're entirely too nice to her.
Yeah, but it's safer this way.
For whom?
Everyone.
Chester perches on your shoulder and watches over Merrill sleeping.
Again, I'm okay with this.
Fine. I lead the way and
Okay.
strut
Oh.
off.
Okay. It's not long before you leave the camp and you enter the village proper. You immediately hear joyful singing and laughter. And this is not something you hear in Barovia. At least that's not in Vistani camps. But you hear, and you are absolutely sure this is an inn. This is full of life. This is an inn like it used to be, not in Barovia. This is Kerchak. You've been in taverns like this. This is an inn on a really good night. And you see that these sounds are coming from this like knackered looking 3-story inn. And you see that all the windows are lit up with this like really warm, welcoming light. And you can see and hear people dancing and cheering and clapping as they're singing along and enjoying themselves.
Well, we can't have Merrill miss out on this. So just kind of like prod her in the face. Try and wake her up.
I don't know. Can I roll for a not wake up?
I pour some water from my water skin over her.
Oh, okay. I'll wake up.
You wake
Hey.
up swaddled in blankets in Kerchak's arms with Chester looming over you.
Like,
Just look down and go.
what?
We're going to the
What?
pub. We're going to the pub.
What?
We're going to the pub to listen to a woman sing.
What?
We're going to the pub to listen to a woman sing. You
I
have a
can't
pillow and a
hear
blanket.
you.
She's got a pillow tied to her head. She can't hear you. This is a fucking farce.
I just keep going with it for a while before realizing.
Fuck's sake, I take the pillow from her head.
If
We
you
are
unwrap
going
me-
to the pub.
If you unwrap me, I can go on my own.
Are you going to behave? There's a singer. There's a female singer in there. Probably very pretty.
What kind of behaving am I supposed to do?
The one where we don't get lynched by an angry town.
I cannot make promises.
See, that's what happens when you take her.
But what if I just cover myself in this blanket and try to stay quiet?
Yes. Acceptable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna tuck the pillow into like my belly and make like you know how you walk around the house in a blanket? you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like that.
Because that's inconspicuous in a pub. Fuck's sake.
So-
We have never been.
Oh, I'm sorry, my
inconspicuous.
vulture is like super subtle.
So you guys make your way towards the tavern.
Oh, just a weird dream. It's going to be
Rahal,
over in 5 minutes.
the filthy druid, with all her druid accoutrement, giant ass Kerchak, and Merrill looking like a pregnant Phantom of the Opera, striding towards this fucking tavern that isn't gonna know what's gonna hit it. That's where we're gonna take a quick break. Good God. Lord above, what is this? We'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Is this not what you expected?
And we're back. Thank you for bearing with us through that short break. So, the giant, the druid, and the phantom walk into a tavern. It feels like it should be a setup for a joke. But, so, you enter the tavern and you see that remarkably, wait a minute, this isn't tavern music. There we go. Remarkably, you see that this tap room is full of people, and they are celebrating. You basically, you can't see anyone in here who isn't like either tapping their foot or just like outright dancing. And most are singing along with the song, and it's like a raucous body like tavern song. And everyone's having a real good time. You look up, and this is where you finally catch a glimpse of this mysterious songstress. As you do, you gaze upon the face of Irina Kolyana.
Oh.
That's...
Yeah,
Did I get a knock on the head?
maybe.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does Merol know her? I don't remember.
I think they were, or should have been introduced when they were at the when you guys were at the Blue Water in Valaki. There'll have been a moment where it's like, hey, so this is the woman we're protecting because Strahd wants to eat her / wife her.
And what with us all traveling together at this point?
Yeah. So you see that she's sat on a stool and she's singing, and she's just lost in the moment. But you notice that she's not wearing as nice a clothes as she was when you knew her. She's wearing peasant's garb. She's got a simple white linen blouse tucked into a skirt that's well worn and patched. But she's not caring about any of this. She has her eyes closed and she's just singing. And everyone is so wrapped up in this. And it's bizarre because these people, Merol, you know that in Barovia there are people with souls and there are people without souls. And it seems like everyone in here has a soul. And that doesn't happen in this place. There are only like a couple of very specific individuals with souls in this place. The rest are merely just figments of Strahd's imagination to populate his realm. They are grey, they are lifeless. And Rahal, Kerchak, you actually met one of these lifeless souls at the tavern in Barovia. He was the gentleman behind the bar just cleaning the glass over and over again. And it's so strange to see so many people here so full of life. They have colour to their cheeks. Yeah, they're wearing tattered, crappy clothes, but their eyes are bright in this moment. Their skin is flushed.
It's nice to see. Is there this sort of arena that might not be quite normal? Does she carry herself the same way as our arena, or does she seem almost like a different person?
She seems like almost like a different person. You know the Irina Kolyana, you know she always kept herself kind of, even though she has been heavily beaten down by the events that led up to you meeting her, she always did keep like a shoulders back dignity about herself. You know, she carried herself with some confidence, and this woman seems a bit more meek and mild. For example, she's singing this bawdy, like, fun, life-full, like, song, but she's sat on a chair and her hands are folded in her lap, and she seems nervous.
I think she has a twin sister.
Well, I don't think she's ours, that's for sure.
Doesn't look like it.
I mean, she looks like it, but she doesn't look like it. Yeah.
Yes.
Drink.
2.
I'm gonna find a corner and lay down in the corner.
Okay, so you managed to find like a little corner booth, and basically somebody had got up to pee, and this guy loudly announced, "We're like, oh, I'm off for a piss," and he stops and he leaves his drink on the table, and the second his ass leaves that chair, Merol dives in and gets comfy in the corner.
Oh, look, Meryl's found a seat.
Sounds about right.
You want a drink?
Mm.
Maybe some warm milk.
You never specified the drink.
I'm walking. Do I have money on my person?
You don't need it, because as you approach the bar, they're basically just handing out drinks.
I like this place. We can stay forever.
Okay. I take 2.
Okay, yeah.
I haven't yet decided if one is for Merol or if I'm taking both myself.
You're handed 2 very large mugs of ale from a very jolly, portly gentleman whose face is bright red through laughter and singing and just alcohol. This dude stinks of beer and he's just like, hey, and he's handing out drinks.
Hey.
Friend, could I ask you a couple of questions?
Yeah, what is it? Yeah.
We found a guy on our way here. He said he's from here. He's in a bit of a bad way.
Oh.
Yeah, he's getting tended to at the minute. We just wondered if anyone knew anything about a guy who lived here. That's probably.
Did we mention his name?
Did we ever get his name before he passed out? No, we didn't.
No. He left with a cart. Maybe a tradesman. Maybe a local craftsman.
Yeah, give the description of the man.
Yeah, okay, let me just roll up to find his name. He thinks for a moment and goes, "That'll be Bogan Kostanovich. He's a local cobbler. What happened to him?"
He was attacked by wild dogs.
Dogs in the woods.
He is... I don't know if he's fine, to be honest. The dog's bite was bad, but...
Yeah.
We've given him all the care we could.
Yeah. He wanted to.
Oh, go on.
He wanted to come here, actually, back to town. Mentioned this singer. He wanted to hear her sing, but I mean, he must have been a bit delusional fever, from the bite before he passed out. So, thought we'd get on the way.
As you mentioned that, he goes, "Who wouldn't want to hear Tarina sing? Hey, to his health, to his health. Let's hope he makes a speedy recovery." Glug, 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 glug. And then he just belches.
Nice.
It's rather melodical. It almost matches the music.
Wow.
Does he have family? Anyone we should inform?
Nope. All alone.
Well then.
More time to drink.
I take the 2 mugs and go to the table.
Okay.
I also take 2.
As you look back, the bloke has just found another pint and he's just necking it. Yeah. Okay, you return back to see the guy coming back after his bathroom trip, and he kind of looks at Merol and goes, "Oh." And then he toddles off and gets another drink.
I go, "Excuse me," and squeeze past him.
Yep.
Push him aside.
He doesn't seem that bothered by it. Everyone's mood here is so good that it's kind of jarring, unnerving. That this is Barovia, no one is happy here.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind not moving too far away from this place if we didn't have to go somewhere. It's quite nice.
I mean, call me grumpy, but I don't like it.
All right, Grumpy.
No, you're not wrong.
Is she still singing, by the way?
Yeah, and like she's not singing just the same song for like the entire length of this. Like she'll pick up and she'll do different songs, but they're all very much of a similar vein. That they're all like very fun, happy like pub songs.
Is there an accompanying band as well?
No.
Or is it just her?
Just her alone. But it's bizarre. It's like people are acting like there is a band. It's not. The way she's holding the atmosphere of this room, it feels like she should have an accompaniment with her.
And it seems quite jovial. Is she still being easily heard over everyone's enjoyment?
Kerchak, shield me for a second.
Okay, I stretch and just lean over.
I
Use
cast
my
Detect
whole
Magic.
might.
Okay, you cast Detect Magic. You don't detect anything. Beyond Kerchak, who lights up like a Christmas tree.
Oh, sparkly.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to walk around the tavern, sort of as if I'm looking for Lulu, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And yeah, check out the whole place, especially closer to Irina.
Okay, so you do like a little reconnaissance of the tavern, and nothing magical is catching you. There's no ping or like glow or glitter or anything. There's no, this is magic. Okay, as I was just saying, as you go past, you can definitely see this is Irina. This isn't just a girl who looks like her. This is like everything down to like the freckles on her face. Like this is the perfect double of Irina.
I come back and say nothing magical about her singing, as far as I can tell. But it's her.
No, did she recognize you when you went past?
The entire time she's singing, her eyes are closed.
She's not opening her eyes. She's one of those singers.
All right. Is she barefoot as well?
Yeah.
She what?
Yeah, she's definitely She's one of those barefoot singers.
I find them annoying.
I kind of get it. Feel the music and all that, vibrations and blah blah blah. Half of them are probably just doing it to pretend like they're really deep and meaningful, but yeah. So what do you want to do then?
I don't know, talk to her.
Well, it'd be rude to interrupt.
Well, wait and then talk to her. She must have a break at some point.
That's true. I'm okay with doing that. It's the easy, relaxed option anyway.
Is Merol asleep? I look over.
Merrill, are you sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
Taking the second mug and start drinking it once I finish the first.
And it's kind of really impressive that Merrill is asleep. This place is loud. This is a medieval nightclub happening right here. Merrill is sleeping.
Can I druidcraft a flower crown over her sleeping head?
You certainly can.
I'll do that.
There's a pile of blankets with a flower crown on.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so you sit and you enjoy the performance for some time, and you're just, enjoying your beers. Every now and then resisting the urge to draw something on Merrill while she's asleep.
Or steal her nose.
That would be mean.
It would be. That's why we said we wouldn't do that.
And the
Where
night
would you
is
even put it?
on the flower crown.
So the night is progressing and she's showing no signs of stopping, and you're getting to like 11, 12 p.m.-ish, when suddenly a sudden cold wind sweeps across the bar and the merriment stops. She stops singing and everyone's eyes turn towards the doorway. The innkeeper rushes to the door. "Welcome," he squeaks as he bends forward. "Please come in." No sooner are the words out of his mouth than a figure strides into the tap room. He wears a high-collared red tunic decorated with a pattern of swirling lines. With a large ruby upon the clasp of his black cloak which billows behind him. His pearly white skin contrasts starkly with long black hair that streaks down his back. He smiles as he sees the entire place staring at him. "You're now looking upon Stradvon Zarovich."
If you're saying everyone's really quiet.
Yeah, everything stops, and it's bizarre as the second that door opens, Strahd appears, the music stops, the color of the place immediately drains. The people are no longer singing, they're no longer laughing, they're no longer talking. They become grey, they become lifeless, all struck looking at Strahd.
I'd like to stand up with 2 drinks and walk up and go, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a couple of days. How you been?"
You see him stand in the doorway, and you see him look upon everyone from where he is. And as his eyes sweep across the room, you see the people flinch as if they've almost been hit by him. He ignores everything. He ignores you. He ignores the groveling innkeeper. And he surveys everything with this smug smirk upon his face until his eyes land upon Tarina on the stage. He takes a single step forward, and it's like he's traversed the entirety of the room. And he sits right in front of her. Sits neatly, clasps his hand on his lap, and says, "Don't let me interrupt." And he settles in to watch the performance. At which Tarina, who has frozen in place, shakingly stands. And she begins a new performance. But there is a decidedly different tone to this one. Before Strahd appeared, the music was loud, it was jovial, it was fun. Now it's quiet, and it's filled with sorrow. She sings a lament for a woman now long dead, a lost love, a dirge, murder, betrayal, and death. I need everyone to roll a perception check for me.
25.
Damn.
Natural 1.
Oh.
17.
Also, damn.
Okay, so Kerchak, you're kind of...
I think the quiet has woken me up.
Okay. So, Kerchak, you're in a weird state between completely entranced by Tarina, but also really pissed off that Strahd ignored you.
Yeah. I was
Like-
offering him a drink as well.
You were like, fucking dickhead, but this song's really good. Fucking dickhead, though. Merol and Rahal, you notice that the people that were not 5 minutes ago laughing and dancing have become still and grey. And you see, almost imperceptibly, there's just this faint shimmer of spirits leaving those bodies. And they look like adventurers. You see a knight clad in armor. You see a mage with billowing robes. You see a rogue clad in black leather armor. And they just mournfully exit the bodies that they were inhabiting a few moments ago before drifting away into the walls.
Do I still have Detect Magic up? Was that still within the...
You would do, but this is not magic that's causing this to happen. This is some sort of supernatural effect. As she finishes the song, the entire room hangs on her final note. When she's done, she opens her eyes. And she seems as surprised as you guys that the tone of the music changed like that. All eyes turn to Strahd as the legs of his chair scrape across the floor. He stands, and within a few strides, he's at the stage. And he's
Is the worst.
cupped Tarina's face in his hands. I need you all to roll a perception check to see if you can understand what he's saying.
Natural 20. That died.
19 with a plus 1.
19 also.
Okay, you hear him whisper, and it's the... Oh, excuse me, jeez. It's the faintest of whispers, but you hear him say, "My beloved, my Tatiana."
That's not her name.
You see her, as you say that, she breaks eye contact with him and looks at you, and then back at him. And you see her go, no, 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 no. As you say that's not her name, Strahd's head snaps like that towards you. And you see his face is now pure rage. And he says, you, how are you? No, kill them all. And I need you all to roll initiative as the windows shatter and creatures fly into the tavern.
Ooh, this was a better initiative.
Yeah, this was a natural 1 following the natural 20.
Oops.
Guy, so
Mine was a 17 with a +1, so I get an 18.
Hey, I have an 18 also.
Hey! I will take
I
those
imagine
from
you've
you
got a way higher dex.
in a second.
Oh, I forgot to. Oh, I have a 20 then.
Where
I'm
is-
good at this game, you guys.
Okay. Let me just turn that down a little tiny bit. It's a little bit loud. Right. So. Really? Really?
Well, it can't be lower than 1.
I just mean that, like, that's Strahd's initiative and it's shit.
Nice, that bodes well.
Hit him in the decks!
Excuse me a second. Oh, okay. Good job, you. Okay, right. So, 25 to 20.
Oh, I have 20.
Okay. Uh, 20 to 15?
18.
18 from Kerchak. Okay. Okay, 15 to 10? What did you get, Rahal? Is that a big 3?
big 3.
Big 3. Okay, so you watch as another one of these two-headed beasts flies through the tavern window and rushes towards you, Kerchak, because you're the one stood up and being aggressive. I would like, nope, it's gonna make 2 attacks at you. One is a 12, the other is a 20, not natural.
The 20 will hit, the 12 will not.
Okie doke. You will take 7 points of piercing damage, and I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okie dokie. Con, yeah.
Yeah.
22.
A million. Okay, good. You it's kind of taken aback as this dog flies out of the window you were next to and just whack onto your shoulder and takes a bite. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but you feel like an acidic tinge to the bite. But luckily, you like, and you are unpoisoned. Merol, you are in your corner, just woken up from a nap. There's the big Strahd man in front of you, and things have just smashed through the windows.
I'm gonna throw off my blanket and say, "Aha! I was here all along."
Okay.
It was me, Dio.
Are you still wearing the flower crown doing that?
Yeah. And I am going to go after the thingy that's the two-headed wolf. I'm
Okay.
gonna get its pelt this time. And the same as usual, 2 and 1. That misses, right? 11 misses. Right?
11 misses, yeah.
Does 14 hit?
It does indeed.
Okay. So that is 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
Ooh, and a natural 20.
Oh, dang.
So that means I get to roll double damage?
Yes.
Okay, so that's with the scythe. And that is 5. And then I roll it again, or I just double that?
Just double that.
10.
10. Nice. So being very careful to not damage the main pelt of this beast, you let loose some really good hits. You take a chunk out of the side of its neck, above where you would have cut. You are being careful to preserve this pelt. Kerchak. So the scene in front of you, Strahd is stood, one hand still on Tarina, the other like in a fist at his side. A two-headed beast has launched itself out of the window behind you. Another one has come out of a window just in front of you, and what appears to be zombified humans are pouring through the window on the other side of the tavern to you.
Whoops. I didn't see all that.
Okay. Either way, I'm just gonna rage and just run for Strahd.
Oh, come on, Jamie.
But taking out Ezek's battle axe.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna fuck it. So raging, reckless attack, Strahd twice.
Ooh.
So it's gonna be 16 plus 9.
Yeah.
So that's gonna hit. So that's gonna be 7 plus 2, so 9 plus 5, 14. 14 slashing damage with that one, which is a silvered weapon. 15 because it's a +1.
Okay, yeah.
So 15 points of damage on that one.
Okay, dying.
Second attack.
Yeah.
Is going to be a natural 19.
Yep.
So I'm assuming it's going to hit again.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 11 points.
Okay.
12. I keep forgetting the +1. 12.
Okay.
12 points damage.
Nice.
I'm just going to be just right up in his face.
And you see that he takes the blows, and it's like you've never touched him. You know you connected. You know you did damage, but it's like you never even touched him, and he kind of laughs as you bring your axe down upon him. At which one of the zombies is going to just lunge at one of the people, one of the poor tavern goers, and it's going to eat him. Oh dear. Okay, you watch as one of the zombies sort of flops through the window, pulls themselves up a person and just rips into their neck and rips a chunk out. The second one is going to make its way towards you, Rahal, stood at the booth. It's not too far away from you, so it's going to make... it's going to make 3 attacks. Okay, so that's 20 not natural to hit with the bite.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you take 2 points of piercing damage. Good job, zombie. And it's going to claw at you twice. So would...
Is it normal damage or anything necrotic there?
It's just normal piercing damage. 13 and 9 don't hit, I assume. No. So you dodge as the claws come in from the zombie. At which, now it's Strahd's turn. And he looks at you, Kerchak. And you see, as the attacks you just done, he smiles as he seems reinvigorated. And he is going to... make a unarmed strike against you.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell. That will be a 28 to hit.
If it's more than a 14, then yes. So,
And
luckily
you
enough, I'm raging, which is fine.
take... Oh my... Really? Fucking hell. You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Halved.
Halved to 3, because we round down.
Hmm.
And then you take... $16 points of necrotic damage.
Is that halved already or not?
That's not halved.
Okay, so 16 is...
Oh, because you're a totem barbarian, aren't you? So 8, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So you see him laugh, and he's still got Tarina with one hand, and you can see that his grip has tightened, and it's moved from her face down to the back of her neck, and you see her kind of like look pained as he's got a tight grip upon her. But with the other hand, he just brings a clawed hand towards you, and a thunderous blow to the side of your head. Oh, he can make 2 attacks. Okay, he's gonna do it again. Because why wouldn't he? You know, it's fun. You did Reckless, didn't you?
I did. Ooh, yeah, I did.
23 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take 9 bludgeoning damage reduced to 4. And then you take... 18 reduced to 9 necrotic.
I'm still above half, it's fine.
And you see as he does this, he's like... okay, at which the second wolf dog head thing is going to lunge at Merol. And it's going to attack with its 2 heads. One misses, the other definitely hits. It was a 19 on the dice.
Mm-hmm.
So, ba-ba-da. You take 5 piercing damage, and I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws, please.
Yes, 2 Constitution saving throws.
Yep.
Okay. That is 10 and 7.
10 and 7. That's 2 failures.
Oop. So I go down 20 points.
No, I need to roll for how much you go down.
But my max health goes down 20, right?
No, your max health now goes down 12. Because it's
12.
a roll on how much your health goes down.
Okay.
Okay, Rahal, you're watching as Strahd has this grip on Tarina. You watch him as he's pummeling the side of Kerchak with one hand. 2 wolves upon you, Merol. You've got a zombie on you, and a zombie eating a tavern goer. What do you do?
I cast Conjure Animals.
Okay.
And because I honestly, fuck the tavern goer, I don't know that guy. So one huge constrictor snake.
Damn!
Snake is set upon Strahd to help Kerchak.
Right. Okay.
I have to roll an initiative for the snake, which is 9.
9. Okay. That snake's going dead. Oh, before you.
No, even before me. So maybe. And I am going to turn. I think I'm going polar bear again, to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
Polar bear.
whisper words in Druidic and place a hand to the ground. As you do, a giant constrictor snake springs up in its place. You order it to attack Strahd, after which you transform into a polar bear, destroying chairs and tables. They just splinter as you into a giant bear form. Which brings to the hellhound that is attacking Merol again. This is the second, because there's two of them. Will a 16 hit? Yes, it will. Yeah, okay. So, that is 6 points of piercing damage and another Constitution saving throw, if you would, please.
Okay. 6.
6, okay. Well, luckily for you, your max health is reduced by 1.
Oop, I can do math. Okay.
Okay, Merol, it's now your turn.
Is this dog looking in pretty good shape?
It's taken a good licking from you. This is
Alright.
the one where you're being very careful not to damage its pelt.
There's 2 of them there, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll do 3 attacks again. Will 14 hit?
Yes.
Okay. Whoops. That's a 1.
Okay.
And then 23.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So 4
Mm-hmm.
and 4.
Okay. This thing's starting to look really rough now as you are just taking chunks out of it, but now of the main pelt area. Kerchak, Strad has just kicked the shit out of you. What are you gonna do?
Healing potions are bonus, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's going to be the first thing. Staring him down the entire time. So I'd like to have that, please. How many d4 is that?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
That just stopped. Good job,
That's
music.
that's not too bad. So that's 5, 6, 7. That's 7 points.
Okay.
That's nice. And with my action, just sticking with the vials, I would like to... Right, so tell me if I'm allowed to do this.
Okay.
I have a vial of holy water.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'd like to do, since he's been striking me with one arm,
Mm-hmm.
could I grab that arm,
Right.
vial of holy water in this hand, like just palm him in the face, and
Right.
sweep his leg?
Okay.
So basically, it's a takedown, but there's a vial of holy water in one hand.
Okay, right. I will say, I will allow you to do that as like a athletics, but with advantage because you're fucking him up with the holy water.
I'm also raging,
And you're also raging.
which is advantage on strength checks and saves, so I don't think that's athletics, but I'll take the advantage. It's going to be athletics check, so that's going to be 14 plus 8. Uh, 22.
22. Okay,
Yeah.
let me just roll for him. That's a fucking colossal no. So you grab the arm that he's been using to hit you with. You get your vial of holy water. You smash it in his face, and the second you do, you sweep the leg from under him, and he goes whack straight onto his back. His grip almost pulls Tarina down with him. It's that tight upon her, but she manages to wriggle out the last second as he's flat on his back on the floor.
Now that he's separate from her, I just shout to her, run.
Okay. And
Not
you
to
see her do. She's kind of in a haze, but she takes a couple of steps back, and as you do, he goes, Tarina! Tatiana! Okay, now it's a zombie's turn. It's gonna keep munching on the peasant. Second zombie is gonna attack you, Rahal, with its 3 attacks. That is gonna be a big ol' whiff on the bite. And a 15 for one of the claws.
Yeah, hits. He's
Okay.
used 12 now.
Because the other claw fucking missed. 2 slashing damage.
Oh.
Jesus. Burning all of these dice. Strahd, now on the floor, incensed at what you have done, is going to... Dang it, dang it, dang it! He's going to stand up. But it's almost like he doesn't push himself up like that. He just stands up. And he is going to attempt to grapple you, Kerchak.
No, bring it.
So I need you to roll a athletics or acrobatics saving throw.
Saving throw.
Well, just a check.
Alright, good. If it's a strength check, so is that with advantage?
Yeah, because you're raging, right? Yep.
Oh, that is so much better. Thank you. 26.
Okay, so he brings up his arms in an attempt to grapple you, and you just like, poof, nah fam. So what he's gonna do then is he's gonna just be like, fuck you, and try to hit you, and he misses. Good job, Strahd. Good fucking job.
Must be furious.
No, Lydia, please. Don't make me have to kill you.
Are you proud of me, Jamie?
I am.
Actually, do you know what he's gonna do?
Oh god.
He's gonna use a legendary action to make a bite attack at you, Kerchak.
Bring it.
What is the bite? Does a 26 hit?
Surprisingly enough, because I'm a half orc, anything that hits a 26 magically it just doesn't exist.
Whoa, that's wild! I can't believe I, didn't
right?
know that. Jeez.
Rules as written.
Yeah,
Rules
okay,
as
yeah,
written.
yeah,
That
yeah.
obviously is.
You take 6 piercing damage reduced to 3. But then you also take 12 necrotic damage, reduced to 6. So your max hit points also get reduced by 6.
Right, okay.
And you see as Strahd pulls his head back, your blood dripping down his face. He's almost rejuvenated by the energy he has taken from you. He has a big, big, broad smile. And you see now that he has, like, terrible fangs, like, just big fangs. Okay, so that will be the big man's turn. The second Hellhound is going to chomp down on you again, Merol. I am sorry that you are being picked on in a corner by these angry doggies.
It's okay.
But both heads miss, because I am shit at rolling today. So don't even worry about it. It's the snake's turn, Rahal.
Ooh, the snakes is going to slither up and try and constrict Strahd.
Okay, so what do I have to do for that?
I am going to roll, nice, 16 plus 6 is 22.
22. Okay,
Yeah.
you watch it as the snake slithers up around Strahd's body, and he's taken for a moment. He's like, the fuck? Before he turns into mist, and the snake falls to the ground, and he is not grappled.
Okay, does that, because there is damage attached to that constrict, does that...
Oh, yeah, he'll take the damage, yes, but he's just
Yeah.
not bound.
Okay. The damage is 14
Dang.
bludgeoning.
Okay.
Is that something... Yeah, never mind. Admitting.
Alright, okay. Rahal, now it is your turn.
I'm going to munch back at the zombie in front of me in my polar bear form.
Nice.
I'm gonna bite at him with 19.
19 hits.
And that is 11 piercing damage.
Okie dokie. Right. That's zombie.
Is it
Yeah,
still standing?
It's still standing, but it looks really rough. It's missing
Yep.
pieces now.
I'm just gonna bitch slap it as well.
Okay.
Do that with a 22,
Okay, yeah, that hits.
and that is a 16.
Damn. Okay, this thing is still standing somehow. It's missing pieces. Give me a second. Let me just see. You watch as the zombie's head comes flying off.
If you've
But the
ever seen
body
a-
is still standing there.
If you've ever seen a polar bear confused,
Who?
or if you've never seen a confused polar bear, now you do.
Okay. So after Rahal, it is the Hellhound that is very, very close to dying. Merrill, you've nearly got it, but in its last moments, it's gonna try and chomp at you, and it's gonna miss. Jesus, I am actually
Dang.
burning those dice. Merrill, one beast has just come at you. Its mouth inches from your face. What do you do?
I really want to just kick it in the head.
Okay.
What do I roll for that?
Just roll an attack with.
Do I add dexterity?
Sure. No, it would be an unarmed attack, which is your dice plus strength
Okay.
and proficiency.
Oh.
I should know unarmed attacks by this point.
That's 10.
10. Okay. You punch it. You give it a kick, but it doesn't really seem to do much.
Fine. I'll punch it too. Oh, that's better. That's 17.
17. Okay, that hits. I rolled.
Oh.
It's 1 plus strength for damage.
Oh, 3.
3. It's what you needed. So this beast is at you. You try kicking at it, and it's snapping closer to you. You just give it a good left hook and whack. You hear a sickening crunch as something within its vertebrae is disconnected, and that doggo is out of the fight. Kerchak. Strahd has just bitten you. His blood is all over your face, and he is laughing at you.
Didn't you say he turned misty?
He did, but he only stepped back a little bit.
Oh, so but he's reformed.
Yes.
Okay. When he stepped back, is he still in melee?
Yeah.
Oh, did he leave? Right. Okay.
I have a question about mist.
Hmm.
Can mist pass through objects?
No.
Okay. It just needs airflow,
Yes.
is what it can pass through? Okay. All right.
Uh-oh. I'm instantly worried.
I also do have another question. Is there a way that I can move around, maintaining, still been in melee with Strahd, but the zombie that Lydia was fighting, is there any way that I can get in melee with that, or is it way too far away?
It's the zombie that Rahal was fighting is a bit far away from you at this point. It's by like 10-15 feet back.
Oh, that's a shame. Because I was going to sneaky use the blood spear and maybe get some temp hit points on that.
Oh.
No, screw it. Reckless on Strahd again.
Okie doke.
Why not? Why
Give it a
not?
whack.
It's going to be a 22 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. That's going to be 10 points of slashing damage on that one.
Okie dokie.
Second one, a 19 and a 20.
Yeah.
So that is a crit,
That is a crit.
which means, because I've got, what is it, Savage Attack, I think I can add another weapon damage die on that.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to double check. So it's a racial one as well, isn't it? Not
Yes.
Savage Attack. Just got a critical hit. Yeah, add a weapon die back on top of that.
No.
So that's 3d10. So it's a 9 and 2 7s, so 14. So it's 23. Then it's a +8 for all my other modifiers. So that's 29 points of damage on that one.
Damn. Good job.
I'm very happy with that, and I'm just like Strad with my blood and everything, that's just not on. So I just
Just that exact. That's
No.
not. That's not
that's
on.
not on. That's not on. So yeah, just really laying into him and so trying to interpose myself with wherever I've forgotten her name. Irina's lookalike.
Yeah, yeah.
Serena. Try to interpose myself between where she was running to.
Mm-hmm.
Just putting myself
Okay,
as an obstacle.
And you see that now that when you... Oh, no, we lost Marissa. Oops. When you bring down these strikes upon Strad, there's a moment where there's a flash in his eyes where he's not entirely happy about what's happening. Where did Marissa go? Oh, no. Huh. Well, Jamie, there's only half of you now. I'm sorry. You were bisected by Strad.
No, I'll just have to do twice as well.
If you lean a bit to the left, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
And you can do the sock puppet again if you go to the right.
That's you, Lydia.
But I have a better option.
Oh no. Yeah,
No, no, it's not me.
you're in Meryl's box now.
No, I'm not. It's Jamie.
Not on the overlay. You're in Meryl's box, and Jamie's arm is you in your box. Oh no, you died.
Oh, I'm Merol.
Yes, you're in Meryl's box on the overlay.
Well, let me be inappropriate towards all my female teammates.
What is that? That's so cool.
That's Merol, obviously.
Just move the microphone appropriately.
Okay.
Poor Merol.
We knew her. Well, we knew her.
We knew her.
You can't tell, but the skull winked.
Oh. There she is. And everyone's in the wrong order. God damn. Okay, we're just going to have to be in the wrong order for the rest of this fight because I don't have time to just stop it and Okay. So,
What did I miss? I'm sorry, my internet went down.
no, it's all good. It's all good. What happened was Kerchak did some real good punches on Strad, and Strad wasn't happy about it. Okay. So that leads us to the Strad zombie, which is going to just continue eating people in the tavern. The other zombie is going to resume its attack upon you, Rahal. Determined to bring you down. Oh, no, that's a D10, that's not a D20. Okay, so that gives us a 19 on the bite. Which is a 4 piercing damage. And then it's going to claw you with its two claws, in theory, with a 18 and a 14.
Both hit.
Both hit, okay. So that is 10 points of bludgeoning damage, slashing, from the Zambos. Okay, it's Strad's turn now, and he turns towards Tarina, who is backing away from him, afraid. And he whispers words to her as he focuses intently on her eyes. She immediately adopts a soft pose towards him. She no longer is afraid of him, and she takes a step towards him. He smiles before he turns to you all and he says, "Very well. I bid you adieu." And he turns into mist
Oh.
and makes his way out of a window. Okay, you are left with some puppies. Well, one puppy and 2 zombies. One of which is headless. But it's the second puppy is gonna try and bite you, Merrill. Nope. Nope. Goodbye, dice. Rahal is your snake.
My snake is going to start attacking the zombie that is trying to munch the other
Yeah.
humans. Well, it's going to try anyway, but it is only doing a 9.
9 does not hit, unfortunately.
Never mind.
Okay, it is now your turn, though, however.
Oh, I'm going to bite the one zombie in front of me.
Yeah, take it out.
Fuck's sake, rolled a 2.
A 2?
Yeah, that is... I have too many animals to look at. Probably not going to hit. That's also a 9. So...
that does hit.
What? Okay. That's 10 damage.
Okay, so you rear up in bear form and you just put all your weight on top of this zombie and it folds just into paste. Its head off to the side kind of regards you, its eyes move in its socket as it just...
I huff a little. Is Merrill still dealing with the puppies?
Yes, well, she's dealing with one. She's taken one down. She
Yeah.
actually punched one to death.
I'm going to try and punch the other one.
Okie doke.
For 19 this time.
19 will hit.
I rolled 2 1s. My god, it's either or. It's all or nothing. So that's 7 damage.
7 damage. Okie dokie. You, there's 1 inches away from Meryl's face and she's kind of pushing at it and keeping it at bay as you come and just give it a whack on the hindquarters and it yelps as it looks at you. With one head, the other one focused on Meryl. Meryl, you have a puppy on you and he's trying to eat your face. What do you do?
Headbutt it
Okay.
twice. 'Cause my head
Okay.
is the same Lenton. Okay. 17
Hits.
and 9.
Hit. Doesn't hit the second one, so 1 hits. So it's 1 plus strength. So 3. Good consistent damage, I like it. Okay, you rear back and whack! You hit the one head that's growling at you. Kerchak, Strad just fucking went. He just left.
I'm real pissed off. But he disappeared last time when he talked to us, so I feel like if he's gone, there's no point in me making chase because there's no way I'll catch up to him. So instead, I'll grab not Arena's arm and lead her further towards everyone else, but sort of behind me, if she's actually allowing me to move her. Because I know Strad did something.
She is hesitant to go with you. So you would need to drag her if you wanted to.
Yeah, I will. And get into sort of leave her before I get into melee range with anything else and just be really angry and what could I actually get up to?
You could get up
what's still
to
40 feet of movement.
yeah, you
But
could
obviously if
basically
I'm dragging her, that's
you could get up to the one zombie that's left. But you would have difficulty getting to the other end of the tavern where everyone is fighting the rest of the stuff. Especially
Okay, well,
to
in that case,
maneuver
I'll-
around.
in that case I'll just move up to the zombie and really angry, relentless attack, relentless with not relentless, reckless with the blood spear.
Ooh. Do it.
Because I've not used it and I wanna. That's gonna be 21 to hit.
Yeah.
So
Their AC is in the single digits.
I didn't need to reckless, but it felt thematically. So that's 12 points of piercing damage from that one.
Yep.
And then if it's still up, I'm gonna go again with it.
Yeah, it is still up, but it's looking pretty rough.
That's a natural 19. So yeah, I'm assuming that's a hit. And then that's gonna be yeah, 14 to hit, 14 damage.
Okay, so with the second hit with your spear, you just plunge it straight into where its heart is, and it sort of goes, and you hear like this death groan like as it comes out, and it sort of slumps. And I drop
Is it
my
no
book.
more?
It seems to have ceased to be. It's pining for the fjords.
Yay! 6 HP.
Yeah, you did it.
Just making myself feel better at this point.
Okay, so that Zambo is gone. Off the feed scene. Okay, so that leaves us with one incredibly angry puppy that's just got smacked in the butt and headbutted. Rahal, your snake is up. No, it's that thing's turn. And it's going to... It's very conflicted, and it's going to whirl around and attack you, Rahal, because you did the most damage to it with its 2 heads. That will be a 14 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. That is 3 piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That is, I think, 12. Hold on. Oh, 13.
13. Okay, you succeed that saving throw, so you feel the energy coming to you, but you're like, "Rah," and stop it. It's your snake's turn.
Yeah, which is still here because I think it's a 10, right? It's the save. If it's half the damage I took. It's a
Oh yes, it's still here.
Yeah. So that's fine.
Okie doke.
It keeps attacking the zombie. I think that munches on the.
They're both zombies are dead now. Kerchak
Oh.
killed that one that was
Right.
munching on people.
The doggos are still there.
There's one doggo left.
One doggo. It attacks the doggo,
Get it.
and that is a 16 to hit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It does the bitey, and that is 8 damage.
8 damage. Okie dokie. Okay, the dog growls and howls in pain as a big snake bites it. It's your turn.
Fine. I'm gonna doggo as well.
Yep, get it.
Yeah, that hits. It's a rolled 15.
Mm-hmm.
Bear. 9 damage
9 damage.
for the bite.
Nice, nice.
And that is a 14 for the claws.
Yep, 14 hits.
8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. You let loose a furious set of blows upon this creature, and it is just clinging to life. Merol, you're not being attacked by this thing anymore. It's turned around and had a go at Rahal, but it's looking really, really weak.
I will just hit it with the short sword and the scythe.
Okay.
So 2 and 3. Natural 20.
Oh, brr, brr, brr.
21.
Mm-hmm.
And 10.
10 doesn't hit, but the other 2s do. But I'm being honest here, like the crit is gonna kill it.
Yeah, that's 10.
Yeah. Okay, so you plunge forth with your short sword, and you manage to get it like just under the ribs, like, and you get it like expert precision aim. You're like trying to not damage as much as you can as you straight up into this thing's ribs, and it lets out one last howl, as you remove your short sword and it just flops to the ground and blood spills everywhere. So, you now survey the scene before you. Tarina is in the corner in very much a haze. She's not responsive to much. The tavern has emptied as much as it can. People were running and screaming during the fight. There's a few people on the ground that have been chewed upon. There is a zombie head just watching, a squished zombie, and 2 dead puppies.
I'd come out of Polar Bear
Mm-hmm.
and stomp on the zombie head that's still watching.
Okay, yeah. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it as a zombie head. You just, like a melon, it just.
What happened to her? I asked Kerchak.
Strahd said something. No, she's weird.
I walk over. Hey.
And she's blank. But as you click, she looks at you.
What did he say to you?
And she smiles with a very soft smile.
I cast... I don't know if this is going to work, but... Fuck that guy. Dispel magic.
Okay, so you take a moment and you mutter your incantation gesture towards her. But it seems to have no effect.
It's not anything I can... I can discern or cancel. This is vampire thing.
I look at her and say, "Who are you? And why do you look like Arena?"
I'm Tatiana. I don't know any Arena.
Well, she's the spitting image of you.
Wait, no, you're... He called you Tatiana. That wasn't your name.
That is my name. I'd forgotten it, but he helped me remember.
This is getting weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
Who are you then to him? Who is Tatiana?
I am his beloved.
Then why did he just run away to leave you in a tavern full of beasties?
He'll be back for me.
He's a coward.
No.
He ran away.
There's nothing you can say to her to make her see reason.
Yeah, I know, but it makes me feel bad.
And he will be back for her, you know that.
I know. Hence why I moved her around.
You shouldn't be happy about that.
He bit me.
No, I mean towards Tatiana. She shouldn't be happy about him being back, but she is. He what? He bit you? Wait, what?
Yeah. Cheeky bastard.
Are you going to grow fangs now? Is this how it works?
Well, if I do, I'm biting him right back.
No.
Yeah,
If you
that's
do, you'll end up like her with little heart eyes. Ah, Strahd. Ah, you're so strong and powerful.
I just
feel
look
like
at you.
there's an
the
in-person
blankest-
subtweet.
Yeah.
I'm being called out.
I wasn't even considering that, but yeah.
It's
Ah,
the
come
boot
here.
fist.
And I sort of slap him on the neck. It's not like he's gonna feel it, but I'm very angry. And cure wounds at 2nd level. You motherfucker, let I bite you. How you should know better.
I didn't let him.
Yeah, you
I
did.
smashed a vial of holy water in his face, and that was a pretty sweet takedown, if I do say so myself.
11.
Thank you. Still didn't get me to half, though. Kerchak, dense. It's great. But yeah, I have no idea what's actually going on here. Because, I mean, where's the cleric? Where's Vulgus? Like, we just woke up randomly somewhere. Like, we are being messed with.
Well,
And if it was Strahd that was messing with us, he wouldn't have let me do that much damage Like he'd want himself to be supreme. So I have no idea what's going on right now.
I don't either.
If
Maybe
you
the cleric
remember,
would actually know what's happening.
if you remember, Strad was surprised to see you. Also,
He was also surprised to see us.
Yeah. He wasn't surprised to see us last time.
No.
Sitting somewhere in a fucking castle with a little magic mirror watching the ants scroll around.
Yeah. Well, I do have one idea. She seems to be charmed right now in some way by Strad. Who else do we know that is very, very charming? A force of personality. I just look over to Merrill.
No.
I mean, it's an option.
No.
It's an option.
I am skinning those little woofy things.
What are you trying to have her do? Are you?
Well, if anyone can get someone to snap out of it.
That's if I can't magic her snapping out of it.
Then we go with Plan M. Plan Merrill.
I can't even. I don't. I'm walking to the bar. And I'm opening one of the whiskey bottles, and I'm filling a whiskey glass, like not a shot. I'm just filling it and start drinking.
okay, so you walk over to the bar, you step over like zombie goop, and you like push a dead guy just like off the edge of the bar so you could reach to the whiskey, and you just fill a glass and just like.
I'm zipping it. I mean, half. I down half of it, and then just. This is madness. This is at first the fucking black and white wolves, and now this, and now I'm going to die in a corner somewhere. And I walk back to the booth and sit down. This is a good dying spot. Yeah. Yeah.
If there was ever a place to die.
Yeah, I'll lead Tatiana over to where Merrill is skinning.
You just want chaos.
Maybe.
I mean,
Oh, okay. So you lead Tatiana over to Merrill, who is currently elbows deep in a two-headed dog carcass.
Merrill, you
What?
you and this lovely lady over here actually have something in common. You were
What's that?
both flirting with Strad. So do that as you will.
I was there. I don't think she was flirting with him.
Oh, she was just then.
Well, I was a little occupied trying to skin this thing. Can you just give me a minute to take care of this?
Yeah, sure.
What's she doing while I'm skinning the animal?
She's basically just stood there, like, she's just there. She's not making any motions, any actions to move. She's just a shell of a person right now.
Oh shit. I have 2 spells. Oops. Let's see what I can do here.
finish my glass, stand up, walk past Merrill, pat her on the head, miss the spot, give her guidance for whatever she wants to do with it, and get back to the bar to get the whiskey bottle, get back to my seat, sit down and keep drinking.
Okay.
I actually follow Rahal's lead on this one now.
Fuck. Okay, I just want you to know that Merrill has -2 investigation.
Oh.
So
Yeah, but she has a +5 to fun.
I'm trying to think what would be fun for somebody that just had a vampire spell on them.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Suddenly, with that wonderful inspiration I was given,
The D4 to all your skill. No.
I I.
Oh no.
Okay. So I've skinned one wolf. I'm gonna take the bladder out of that and empty it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna take the other wolf and hang it upside down and fill the bladder with that wolf's blood.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I will go to what's her name?
She's calling herself Tatiana right now.
Tatiana now? Okay. Here, Tatiana, I got you this to drink. And it's a nice warm bladder full of blood.
Okay, you pass it to her and she just kind of holds it in her hands and it's dripping all down her fingers. And she just kind of looks at it.
Not feeling very thirsty, huh?
Why would I drink this?
That's what vampires like, blood.
I am not a vampire.
But why would you be smooching on a vampire if you weren't a vampire?
Are you proud of yourself, Kerchak? This is the conversation right now. I drink.
I am his.
You're his what?
I am his.
His what?
His beloved, his one true.
Well, you know, you're also a lady in your own right. Don't you have your own dreams and hopes and wishes?
I remember nothing of my life until here.
Well, let me see what that reading that gypsy lady gave me. Okay.
Whenever you start laughing like that, I get instantly worried.
That's just me trying to like form coherent thoughts.
No, I getcha.
But also the things that come into my head that I don't do. Let me tell you. You should be glad there's like a brain-mouth barrier there. Okay. Right. I'm gonna say I learned from a lady earlier today that if you forget some lovers and you can remember some previous things and then do things in the future. So here's what I think you should do. You need to find your own skeleton horse out there with some really you need to find your own skeleton horse. And that'll lead you to the places that you need to go.
She just looks at you like you have three heads. She is perplexed. Oh god, that made me cry a little bit.
Yes, it's like almost every time now.
I know.
Be a professional game master breaker. Is that a job? I could do it.
Whew.
Okay, so she didn't like that life advice, huh?
She's just so very confused about what's happening because so from her perspective, she now has this one, she just has this one goal, this one thing in her mind, and she's just been handed a warm bladder full of fresh blood by a lady who is now coated at least up to her elbows in blood, who's then spouting off life advice while she's just casually disemboweling a two-headed dog.
Yeah, that seems normal.
She looks across. There is a druid who was a minute ago a polar bear, necking as much of a whiskey bottle as she can. And then there's like a very, very tall, large man with tusks.
Hey, Tatiana, the singing you do you remember that?
I remember starting singing. I don't remember the performances.
You never do?
Never.
Well, let me tell you, it started out real beautiful, and then you sang some real sad dirge, and it woke me up from my nap, and I was very unhappy about that.
I am sorry.
What are you so sad about?
I don't know. I just felt that that was the right song.
Maybe we should start a little easier. What do you know?
As I said, I don't remember my life before here. I arrived here and I asked if I could stay at the tavern if I sang. And I've been here since.
When did you arrive here?
About a month ago?
And you don't remember anything from before?
No.
Well, that's one hell of a hangover. And I drink.
But when he spoke to me, I remembered my name is not Torina. I am Tatiana, and I was to be a bride. Am to be a bride of a von Zarovich.
Of a von Zarovich?
Of the von Zarovich.
Strahd.
Oh, of the von Staroviches?
How many Zaroviches are there?
Whoops. Somebody's at my door. BRB.
Shit, this is something that Merol would know, so we have to wait for her to come back for the Merol filter.
Do we really want the Merol filter? I'm kind of scared of the Merol filter at
It'll
this
come.
point.
Honestly, I could tell her there were 6 von Zaroviches, and she'd be like, "Oh yeah, there were 70 of them." I love the Merol filter.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite one being when you were on Yester Hill, and Merol can't count.
I need a compilation of Merol filters.
Mm-hmm. We need like a bike club highlights.
Mm.
It'd
much
mostly
fun.
just be me crying in a corner.
And Guy Fieri jokes.
No.
Yeah. To be fair, most of the Fieri jokes don't happen on the stream, unfortunately for the rest of the world.
That is true.
Hmm.
They don't know what they're missing.
But Susie does. And that's the important part.
Look at that face. Look at that cute face that's going to murder me in a week.
She's furious.
Hey, that's the... Don't steal mine.
What?
Lydia made that joke earlier.
I made that joke earlier.
I know you did. I'm just bringing it full circle.
Thank you.
I feel like
Homage.
we all
It's
get one.
homage, not plagiarism.
No, we all get one. It's fine.
Mhm.
I think at least once a session, someone should say it.
Okay, so Merol, being from Barovia, you would know that there were a few von Zaroviches. Strahd was the oldest of the sons. There were two other sons, and there was a mother and a father, and he brought them all to Barovia to live with him once he had conquered the land.
So which Zarovich were you going to marry?
So Strahd,
Cool.
that's what he told me.
You're happy about that,
Yes, of course.
right?
You know, there's a lot more to life than just getting married. You can grab your own skeleton horse of destiny.
What is it with skeleton horses today?
You were there.
I know, but
She
that
told
only-
me that I needed to find my skeleton horse, man.
that is not a universally used allegory for happiness and love life. Just yours.
Oh.
No skeletons.
Well, how was I supposed to know? Most people wouldn't be able to interpret that. I thought it was pretty clear.
I'm actually surprised you didn't make a boner joke out of that one.
That's true.
No,
I'm
she's just
working
horsing
right
around
now.
instead. But Kerchak's in the same boat as Tatiana because I wasn't there for the reading, so I just have no idea what you're talking about.
Bickering about skeleton horses. So what's your plan now that you're back to being his beloved?
Well, I will go back to him.
No,
we
you
will be
won't.
married.
No, you won't.
Do we have an invite?
That's not happening.
I don't think she wants to
Why?
invite us.
Because you're Tarina. Or Irina. I don't actually know.
Oops.
For all I know, you might actually be Tatiana. Who the fuck knows anymore? I drink again. What if she is Tatiana?
I mean,
Did you have? Is that? What's the year for you? Do we know what's the year here? Merrill would. Merrill can count. Fuck.
yeah. I don't know what year it is. That's crazy.
1 second. I did actually
How-
write this down.
We look around and find a calendar.
Why did I put it?
Amnesia's a thing. Would I know about that? I'm a druid.
She's showing some signs of an amnesiac. But you're not entirely sure like where this doesn't seem like a forgotten memory that's come back to her. This seems like something implanted. The year is
Fuck, that was terrible.
The year of the bat.
the year of the bat. Oh my god, where is it? It's 735.
And we were in.
No, you the year you're currently in is 735. And she says to you, he says, "What year is it?" And she says 418.
Oh, we went back in
Yeah,
time
either she's
again.
moisturizing really well, or there's some temporal fuckery afoot. Is that Tatiana? For you, it's 400 and something.
What do you mean for me?
It's not. This is 735. This is your.
Rahal, what if it's not? Strad didn't recognize us. So maybe to everyone else, it is the year she said.
So
Not.
we traveled back in time.
Again.
We fell asleep and woke up before we fell asleep, basically. But a long time before.
So that would explain why she's not Irina. But
Hmm,
it still wouldn't quite explain why she's not Tarina.
no. But it's curious that anyone that looks like Arena is here, as well as where we're from. And he's after her here as well.
So what is Irina then? An incarnation?
I mean, bless you, but
It's basically when you die, you're being reborn. It's
I
a
know I was
theory.
just being difficult. Maybe it's a valid option. I don't really know much beyond.
I finger flip his nose. I'm drunk enough to do that.
Yeah, but are you drunk enough? Are you sober enough to hit? That's the question.
We'll find out, shall
Roll
we?
an attack.
Natural 20!
She's like, "Yes, motherfucker." Flick.
I can webcam this. It's beautiful.
That's an
I
unarmed
accept-
strike. 1 plus strength.
So that's minus? No, it's just one.
Kerchak, you take 1 point of damage as Rahal goes around the end of your nose.
Oh no, that some of them temp hit points. Ooh, I'm feeling that one tomorrow.
Have the decency to say ow.
Ow.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, so if we assume that Irina is a reincarnated Tatiana,
Hmm.
Tarina could be another reincarnation in between.
Yeah, maybe. And we do know that wasn't there something about a wizard that once tried to kill Strahd and then Strahd didn't actually go away? So
You know,
maybe this whole like not actually dying thing is actually kind of real here. And maybe it's not just Strahd that doesn't actually die.
but he doesn't die because he's a vampire, isn't it?
Yeah,
Wait,
as far as we know.
wait.
She's not a vampire, I think, yet.
So what you're saying is that all of us who are born in this land have a twin every single year. Which means that I have a twin. I
Which
think
means
what
more.
we need to do is go find my twin.
Yeah. I mean, that's incredibly well reasoned.
Like I said, Plan Merrill is always an option.
Going to come for her. What are we doing about that?
I don't know.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe.
Merrill is right. Thank you.
No, I would never say this. Never. Ever. But maybe Volgus would know. He knows more about vampires.
Yeah, maybe, but also, you remember when we heard the story of that wizard?
Mhm.
How long ago was that?
Would I remember?
Yeah, it was like centuries ago. No, wait. No, it wasn't. No, it was. It was a long time ago. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head that I didn't. I've not got the notes with me.
So, Rahal, what if we're actually in that era where this wizard might show up?
Oh.
What was the wizard's name again?
Didn't give you a name.
No name.
The guy didn't know the name of the wizard.
What if we've actually been given a chance? You know, we're in this time now. What if this is the time the wizard appears?
Maybe. Oh, if we watch Tatiana, or whatever her name is. Remember Irina told us about the bite at the beginning? She said it bit her once.
Hmm.
And now the second bite would mean that she's under his control fully. So that's probably what's going to happen here as well.
Maybe. But so does that mean that the first bite is like an engagement ring? I just move my hand.
Congratulations!
Oh no.
And this charm thing was the first date.
Wait,
Okay, we're intruding.
if there's a twin of me, then there's probably a twin of Volgus, and maybe he'll know what to do.
Maybe. And Volgus was from the Larkade. We're not too far away.
That face.
The question is, though, does the Merrill here have a nose or not? Or is it gold this time?
I would love to find out.
What if I fell utterly in love with her? Would you be jealous?
I guess there's only one way to find out.
Good answer.
I don't know what answer I was expecting.
A good one.
Ooh, wrong color.
How many of the tavern people are lying dead on the floor?
There's a few.
What about them? think they might get zombified. I could step on a few more heads, but it's probably quite rude.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not opposed to stopping people from coming back and trying to eat me again.
It's been quiet here for a while, the village people. What?
From outside you hear.
That was not even intentional.
A cowboy, an Indian, a construction worker, a policeman walk past the window.
That was. I don't know.
It was perfect, is what it was.
But, however, you do start to hear a commotion outside. You hear the sounds of raised voices. You are not quite sure what the voices are saying, but there's a lot of shouting, and it's getting closer.
They were
I
all
look out the
respectful
window.
towards Strahd. They might actually fucking lynch us.
They can try. I look out the window.
As you look out the window, you see what can only be described as a mob of peasants brandishing pitchforks and torches heading towards the tavern.
Is it
Okay,
a mob
I
brandishing?
know exactly what I'm going to do. The blood from some of the dogs, smear it all over.
Mm-hmm.
When the zombie, there's a zombie left that I killed.
Yep.
Take its head off.
Mm-hmm.
Right. An axe in one hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd like to kick open the door of the tavern,
Yeah.
launch the zombie head, other axe out, and just battle cry.
Okay, holy shit. Roll an intimidation check with advantage for me as well.
The advantage helped. 17 with a. I'm allowed to add my strength to intimidation.
Yeah, for this one, yeah.
So that's a +8 then. I should really have that written down. So 17 +8. So that's
A lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kick open the door, you let forth a scream, and the people marching towards the tavern stop in their tracks. And there's one at the front who just goes and drops his pitchfork and runs away, but the others hold fast. And you just hear chants of, "Give us the girl! Witch! Sorceress! Give us the girl!"
So we're not gonna give them the girl.
Nope. I just sort of roar again and just javelin right, but to land in front of them.
Okay.
So I'm not actually hitting anyone.
Yeah.
But just so it sticks in the ground in front of them.
Yeah, you don't even need to roll for that. I mean, that's fairly easy to do. You just boom, and go on.
Take a few steps forward as well. Just...
I want Terrence. That's what I named the giant constrictor.
Yeah,
Who'd
Terrence.
slither up behind Kerchak and roar up as well and hiss at the people.
Okay. You see that there is quite a significant crowd here, and although they were at first fearful of Kerchak's display, they have confidence in their numbers and they start to approach.
As they're doing that, I'd like to just shout out, I fought Strahd, and he fled me. Do you think you could even lay a finger on me?
Okay, the guys at the front are shitting themselves, but they are being pushed forward by the crowd. And it's not so much a crowd at this point, this is a mob, and they are baying for blood. I'll give you all guys chance to do one more thing before anything kicks off.
I'm gonna grab Irina's hand and run out the back door.
I'm going to turn into a giant elk. And before that, I'll say, saddle up, people. We're out. So that Kerchak can hear it as well.
Okay. So, roll initiative really quick.
Oh, actually, was that a short rest at the Vistani camp?
Yeah.
Okay, then I can do it. Hmm. 21.
Okay. 25 to 20.
21.
21. Rahal. 2015?
17.
17. I thought you said 70 then. I was like, what?
No.
15 to 10. What did you get, Merrill?
3.
3. Okay. Okay, so Rahal, you're up first.
Yeah. Did I do that already, or
We'll say you can do this on this turn, so Kerchak's got time to hop on. Kerchak, you're up next. Oh, sorry, go on.
action? Bonus action. Can I just, because turning into an animal is the bonus action. Can I pick up Merol and Tatiana with my antlers?
Sure. I will allow you to scoop them up with your
Scoop them up.
antlers.
Hope the doors are wide enough.
You can
Yeah, they will
angle
be in a
yourself
second.
through the door. Okay, Kerchak, you're up. You've heard Rahal say, "Buckle up, kiddos, we're out."
In that case, I would like to charge towards the mob, but veer off adjacent. So, like, maybe to sort of lead them away, because they want her. So I'm trying to separate myself from them. Just sort of trying to aggro them in a particular direction so they can get away.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Terrence rolled an 8 for initiative, by the way.
Terrence rolled an 8. Okay. So now it's the mob's turn, and they are going to advance upon the tavern. They will just keep going. Just if you don't attack them, Kerchak,
Right.
they just push past you to the tavern. They will start to get to the door to see Rahal as an elk scooping up these two and piecing out the back. It is Tatiana's turn, and she's going to resist you, Rahal. So I need you to make a athletics check to keep hold of her, or strength as an elk.
That's 20, not natural.
20. Okay, she manages to wriggle free of you and starts running. She runs out the back of the tavern and to the side. It's Terrence's turn.
The last can't because technically it's not familiar or anything, so I would have to command him probably.
Right, and you're an elk.
Yeah.
So he's kind of just there, like at the mob.
He's blocking the door.
Okay, he's
Trying to
blocking the
block
door. Okay, Merrill, you've been scooped up by a giant elk.
And what's her face ran away?
She did.
I mean, I guess there's not a lot I can do on antlers right now. Oh, I don't have it. Do I have any rope?
Do you have a kit with you, like an adventurer's backpack or anything?
I think. Let me see what I got. I don't remember what I took. I think it's the adventurers. Yeah.
Yeah, if so, you will have 50 feet of hempen rope.
I'm gonna make a lasso.
Nice. I would say it would be an action to make a lasso, though, because it's kind of like a tie some notes. So you ready for the next turn to get her? Rahal.
I'm going to start charging after Tatiana.
Okay. Okay, you would catch up to her because you've got more speed, right? As an elk.
And I'll try and scoop her up again.
Okay. We'll treat this as like a grapple. So you do the athletics.
That's 18 this time.
And again, she manages to just elude you. She sort of like, you manage to like try and hook under her leg, and she just like trips as she moves to the side. Kerchak.
Okay, so they've not paid any attention to me whatsoever, so
No.
I'm actually gonna... How big is this mob?
We're talking like 60 people at least.
Right, okay.
So a fairly sizable mob.
Right, so I veered off to the side and they just didn't do anything. And everyone else went out the back, so I've got no idea of their situation right now.
You know
No,
that-
but the tavern is not it's not in like a terrace, it's like a standalone building. So you will have been able to see from where you are down like an alleyway. You saw the shadows of a figure running, and then a giant ass elk running after it, trying to scoop this figure up.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll not run directly towards it. I'll run in the same direction that they are
Mm-hmm.
to then meet later on, because I don't want the mob to see
Okay.
me running straight to them.
Okay.
So I'll dash that. So that'll be 80 for a movement.
Okay. So yeah, you make real good distance down, and you can kind of follow where they're going because there's like a series of ginnels between houses. It is now the mob's turn, who have now entirely surrounded the tavern. A few of them have noticed the commotion at the back, and you hear shouts of the back, the alleyways, the alleys. Terrence the snake is still blocking the door, but they're not interested in getting inside now. Merol, you can see Tatiana ahead of you. You have your lasso.
I'm gonna try to lasso her. And I rolled a. What do I add to it? Just
It'll be like a grapple, so strength. No, yeah, it would be strength because it's a grapple.
10.
Just a ranged grapple. 10. Okay, she needs to roll a thing. Oh, okay. You manage to loop it around her foot, and she goes whack face down in the dirt.
Oh, sorry.
She's on the ground. Rahal.
Scoop.
Scoop. Okay. You roll with advantage because she's like on the floor.
Oh, that's 19. That's 20. 23.
Oh yeah, you easily just scoop her up, and she's now on your horns, antlers. That's it.
And then I run.
You just book it. Cool. Kerchak, you have seen from where you are now that they have Tatiana, and they are running.
Okay. I'll just keep heading that way then. I know this would be far too convenient, but if I see a stable or some horses on the way, I am stealing it because I know I wouldn't be able to keep up with a giant elk, was it, or something?
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll say you just run past like an unattended horse by a cart, and you just like whoop, mine, and off you go.
Cool. Yeah, in that case, I'm now riding a horse. Yeah, since it's on a horse, the axe that I got with the blood axe, the really light one, that's the one that's out with me, and I'm just riding one-handed, just like, this is really cool in my head.
Nice. Okay, the mob is now giving chase, but they are quite slow because they're a big-ass mob. Tatiana is struggling, so I don't even know which to make the check out of because she's grappled by 2 people. Hang on, let's just... Hey, well, no, I rolled a fucking 2, so hey. She is struggling and trying to get free. Terrence, what's Terrence doing? Still chilling?
Still chilling because he's still got no further
Gotcha.
orders.
Merrill, you have a kind of bound Tatiana on these antlers with you on top of a giant elk, which is bounding rapidly out of town.
Isn't this a much better elopement?
The elk goes.
Don't be jealous.
You look down at Torino, at Tatiana, and she is crying, begging to be released. We'll say at this point you guys managed to make a good distance out of town. And you keep running, and you keep running, and you keep running, and soon enough the landscape around you turns into black. And you hear a voice. And you hear a pained, angry voice. It says to you, "Very well, then let this be war."
She's not your girlfriend.
Before you wake up in your beds.
I'm really sad I don't have my horse now.
Are we in the same room?
It depends where you crashed the night before.
Or are we in a... I don't know. What's it
You're back in Barovia proper, in the bike club Cannon proper, resting. So if you wanted to be in like a shared room or just camping somewhere.
I just sit up and go, okay, who else was just trying to save that witch from the mob, and there was Strahd, and Irina was Tatiana. No, Tarina, Tatiana. There were also wolves at some point earlier.
Yeah, yeah. Did you also have the night before the dream about the naked guy?
Yes. What were you doing in your dream with the naked guy?
Throwing a bear trap at him.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could call it that.
And at certain clubs in Edinburgh, that would be much appreciated by the bears.
Well.
Okay.
But yeah.
It's official. I hate this country. I hate this land. I'm done.
I agree.
Kind of fucking sleep. So
I really have found a new purpose in life. I need to
scared
find my
to ask.
twin.
Oh no, what have I done?
But what about your skeleton horse of destiny?
That is my skeleton horse of destiny.
wasn't that a card about your love life? No, actually, don't tell me.
So,
I'm going back to bed,
Mm.
and I turn around and do it.
Well, I think we're going to have a lot to talk about with Arena soon. Once everyone's actually finally got a decent night's sleep and not whatever that was.
If you'd stop talking, that would help.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. We should probably stop conversing now.
I'm throwing a fireball at him. Oh, well, flame. Produce flame.
yeah, okay.
16.
Yeah. Cool.
That's just 1 damage. My dice really.
You
really,
roll
like,
over to throw a control produce flame at Kerchak, and it hits, and poof, when it lights up and it briefly illuminates the room, you see your companions, your traveling friends. You look across, you see Merol bundled up in a burrito, a pillow nestled to her head. You see Volgus asleep, rigid straight, although he was a corpse. His gaunt features just still. He's unperturbed. He doesn't seem to have had the same dream that you did. If he even dreams at all. Whatever happens in that remains a mystery to you all. As you turn over and get back to sleep, that's where we'll end the session today. Yay!
Woohoo.
I was half expecting you to say, and as you all roll off to sleep, you hear a little giggle. And the clockwork creature was just there the entire time.
That's better. Yeah, you see Piddlewick come out from underneath the bed going,
A snuggle Piddlewick.
But that's the end of the session. Thank you guys. I'm sorry it ran over. I didn't expect combat to take forever, but you know, it always does. But that was really good. I enjoyed that a lot. That was a lot of fun. I'm so proud of you guys for cottoning on to that whole reincarnation thing. Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
Alright, so is there anything you guys want to say to stream before we go?
Thanks for tuning in.
Plan M is always an option.
Plan M is
And
always the best option.
And if you ever take anything from this game, it is that you should always try and find your skeletal horse of destiny.
Or your twin, because you definitely have one every year. There's a new twin being born.
Yep.
Yes. These things are constants. These things are facts. Thank you
But
for
I
joining
also
us.
like that Merol didn't figure out that there would be more than one if there's one every year.
Nope, because Merol can't count. Oh god, I love Merol so much.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, we shall bid you good night. Remember, always be chasing that skeleton horse of destiny. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.